Hello and welcome back to the vault. I'm the Gab Major and this is a Let's Play in the Tier 6 Japanese tech tree battleship Nagato. Now this is a game of domination on Sea of Fortune, and Let's Play is basically where I explain why I'm doing what I'm doing as I go along. So I spawned the right flank, and the first thing I'm doing is I'm pushing over to the right flank, hoping our Akatsuki will wake up and actually start pushing the objective, and maybe the York will get himself into a nice position to assist in pushing towards it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be the covering fire and the damage taker for these two, and if they don't really play the objective, then there's not much point in me going over there. Now, obviously, doing the shipping forecast, usual good trick to do is look and see what's on the enemy team. So what we've got tier 5 and 6 game. On the enemy team we have a Fubuki in the division with a Pensacola. So we see that Pensacola, we know where one of the Fubukis definitely is. We also have I got it about Shanksky. I know that's wrong. Some people, it's supposed to be the Beatska or something like that. We have a Maiko, a York, an Arizona, a Nagato, and a KG5. So they've only got one battleship on their team with 16-inch guns, and we have 14-inch guns. I think the Arizona's 14, maybe smaller inch guns. Cruisers wise, they've all got 8-inch guns as well. So we haven't got any HE spammers, although the Mayuku will have a very good fire chance. Let's see, so we got the enemy Nagato here. We also have the Pensacola, so we know we have Fubuki as well. Let's see, the Akatsuki has woken up, the Fiji is also here. I'm obviously spotted. Okay, so we have the Polish destroyer and the Fubuki here, which is of concern, and the Fubuki is definitely way out in front. Pensacola is tucking in nicely behind the island. York is moving forwards. I'm going to start turning away now to make sure I get out of torpedo range, because the torpedo range of the Balshansky, I'm going to keep getting it wrong, is about 8 kilometers. So taking a risky position of putting ourselves broadside on, but maybe hoping that keeps us away from any torpedoes. That just leaves the Fubuki's torpedoes, which might get us. That Pensacola is nicely in behind the island. Might be able to get a potential hit if I fire there. I'm basically looking for the island indicator on the reticle. Unfortunately, we still get some against the island. Fiji's got a little bit close to me. Gotta start turning it back in. Now I've got the Fiji between me and the enemy, taking a bit of a hit. Torpedo's going to be passing to my front, so gonna have to slow down for them. Let's see if we can find our mark on the Pensacola. There we go, found our mark and got 2 citadels, and pretty much removed that Pensacola from being an effective force. We now have a York closing in, but I'm going to have to continue this turn because of the torpedoes. We should be alright though. Yep, sneaking it through. That's actually going to put us in a nice position to swing it back out to the right. More torpedoes off to my left. We're on fire, but it's only a single fire, and with all these torpedoes in the vicinity, I'm not super keen about putting out a single fire when there's all this flooding potential from the enemy. Enemy Nagato, that might work. We'll see. Not quite much. She is nicely angled, but what did I get? Only 1 pen and 1 over pen. Still spotted in this current vicinity, which is not nice. Gonna have to really kick in the rudder, I think. That Fubuki is going to dog me for quite a while, so I think I'm going to break off. Angle and tank. Now, I did take a big risk using that damage control party just before the torpedoes came in. That was a very big risk. Steering gear is very exposed on the Nagato, which is something I'm starting to notice. However, 16-inch guns finding their mark on their cruisers very nicely. There's the Fubuki that's been tailing me. Unfortunately, I've got AP being low. Really need that Fiji to really help and do his heavy lifting. Fiji is absolutely great at just demolishing destroyers. We're probably only looking for overpens here. Oh, I think that Nagato is looking at me rather than the broadside cruiser, which is not what I was hoping for. Thankfully getting away with that. Gonna have to swing it around, gonna have to use a repair party, and gonna hope that our Akatsuki can use his guns. Please! Thank God! There's always part of me that's concerned that Japanese destroyers just gonna try and torpedo everything. Concerned about these torpedoes. I should be in the clear. Yeah, I think we found a nice large gap. I'm sure the Emperor will be proud. So, Pensacola, let's finish what we started. There we go. And now we just have the bane of our existence in which we have to engage. Which looks like he's swinging it right round in order to pick on me. Which means I don't think I'll be able to use that oh, he's fired on the Fiji. Was that everything? It must have been everything. Oh, unfortunately only managed to fire 3 of our turrets though. Gonna use that last repair party to regain what limited health we can. I'm gonna load up some AP, see if we can take some advantageous shots on the Nagato, but I'm gonna keep myself angled, bearing in mind he has 16-inch guns. It's probably one of the most deadly battleships on the enemy team, considering especially how hard he has been smacking me at some points. Now I never try to be a, well, I do try my best, but I'm not exactly a great battleship player, and this is probably showing it as I'm playing along. I'm sure some of you are watching this, baring your teeth and going, oh, he's playing that really badly. And let's be honest, I haven't really played the Nagato that much. My British bias usually leads me to play other ships. Looks like he's still. One thing I'm noting is the dispersion just seems a bit wandery, but then maybe that is a way of compensating due to the power of the of those guns. And also the reload's quite long, especially on my build. You're looking at about 31.3 seconds in order to completely reload your guns. Ooh, hoping that the torpedo boat can do what torpedo boats do and annihilate the enemy battleship. Very nice. Getting ourselves a fireproof as well. Always a good way to get yourself some extra battle boosters is to get yourself a fireproof medal. And so we managed to do 70,000 damage, 2 citadels, 26 hits on target, 2 enemy ships destroyed, which is quite nice, both of them being cruisers, which is very much the role of what battleship is, in my mind anyway, when it comes to the rock, paper, scissors. Coming in second on the team with that effort, which Well, I guess I have to be pleased with that, especially when I consider myself not a battleship player. I'm very much a cruiser and destroyer player, and the economy-wise, obviously coming in with a nice, pretty profit. Obviously, ship service cost of 113 in this case is quite punishing, I guess you can say, but still making a reasonable amount of profit with premium and a common credit booster. Well, if you have enjoyed this Let's Play, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. If you already are subscribed, I'd say thank you very much for your continued comments, contribution and support to the channel. Down in the description will be the commander build and the ship modules used during this Let's Play, along with the channel's email address if you want to send in any of your own game captures for the community spotlight videos on a Monday, and also the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel on Patreon, as it is a non-monetized channel. Until next time, I'm the Gav Major, and back to the ball.